Hey guys, it's Adam. I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to Do You Watch Anime, a show where I sit down with a guest every week and ask them, do you watch anime? And we go from there. And today joining me is content creator and sweat and soap connoisseur.
I should have expected that.
Laura Neuzeth, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, do you watch anime?
Yes, I do. My answer would have been different, but this past season has been honestly one of the strongest anime seasons. Like, I took a little break, but I've been watching so much anime this winter season. It's been incredible.
Yeah. Oh my God. So how did you originally get into watching anime?
Yeah, I grew up in Tijuana, Mexico, so when the 90s animes made their way to the US and the Mexican market. I mean, I lived right across the border, so I watched them in English as well as in Spanish. And Sailor Moon was really popular in Mexico. Like extremely. Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball. Like everybody knew those series. My male cousins would watch Sailor Moon because they were always in the same like TV, like that block of time.
Yeah.
And it just made it so easy to like, after school you would go back home, watch Sailor Moon. Following day you would go to school and talk about whatever happened in the episode in class. I went to a very strict Catholic school. So for a moment, a lot of these schools, like teachers and vice principals, they weren't familiar with anime. As soon as they learned what Sailor Moon and like Dragon Ball was and that it involved like magic, they're like, oh no, this goes against, everything, all our teachings, and like it got banned. we couldn't bring because in Mexico in the 90s, I don't know if you're familiar with Panini, but they would release like these almost like catalogs, and you would collect stickers. They were almost like the beginning of like the blind bag. So you never knew what type of stickers you had, and you had to fill out the pages. And this is very popular with like with football, like soccer teams. But in the 90s, they started releasing it for like pop culture. So Sailor Moon was one of those series that got one of those like booklets, Dragon Ball, and eventually Pokemon as well. So like we would bring them to school and trade the duplicates like with other classmates. Yeah. We didn't have nuns, but the teachers were like, nope. Not here.
Yeah, no. Oh my God. So what was it about Sailor Moon that hooked you as a kid?
For me, it was just the fact that like that series celebrated so many different kinds of like girlhood. And especially like Usagi was never belittled for being, I remember this very clearly, like a crybaby, because she would introduce herself like that. But that crybaby was also the one that was responsible for like saving lives. So it really just brought me in. And then you had like and I remember like the old names too, like Amy, the Americanized names. Then you have like the very studious girl, and Makoto, the Sailor Jupiter, was very like a tomboy, very strong, tall, strong as well. So you just had so many different representations of girlhood that I just hadn't really seen in Mexican or American cartoons. And it just really spoke to me, like a lot of millennials.
Yeah, I remember because in Canada we got Sailor Moon, like I think either we were one of the last or we were one of the first. But I remember watching it with my mom and like enjoying it and like loving it, wanting to like just leave school and be like, okay, it's about time. It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. So what are some of your favorite anime?
Sailor Moon, obviously. Fruits Basket, the 2019 remake, that one's like a masterpiece. And I know the season's technically not over, but Journal with Witch, or Ikoku Nikki, like
Okay.
has easily become one of my top favorite
Wow.
anime like of all time. Like it's
Wow.
just I feel like I'm like selling it to like everyone I can,
Yeah.
but I feel like no other series has truly taken up storytelling the
Hmm.
way Journal with Witch has this season.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
on my list because, good God, there's a lot coming out.
Yeah, no, there was so much. I still have like a list of series that because I kept up with like six this season,
Yeah.
and I know there
Yeah.
were more that were really good, but I'm like, I can't. Like six is probably like my limit. But yeah, Journal with Witch Ikoko Nikki was just spectacular. I know a lot of people also didn't watch it because the first few episodes were like really heavy on the grief, and just processing the loss of the main character, which is a 15-year-old girl who just lost her parents. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm not ready for this. This is too much for me."
Yeah. No, that's, oh my God. Because I saw the kind of the animation style and I was like,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
I
very,
like,
I would say, like simple,
yeah.
but in a
Yeah. I was
good
about to
way.
say that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, and then my friends started getting casted in like all of these different anime and I was like,
Uh
stop, like, can we just pause for a second? I gotta watch other stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Fruits Basket was the first anime like in 2019 that I ever watched weekly.
Mhm,
Um because my partner had read the manga and seen the anime. So we're like, she was like, we're watching this. And I was like,
mhm.
sure, yeah, I like romance. I was not
No.
ready for what was coming.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't grow up reading manga as a kid,
Hmm.
and I didn't watch the original Fruits Basket series either, so I went in just because everybody on TikTok was recommending it during lockdown. I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it looks cute." I mean, it was cute, but
Yeah.
I was also not prepared to, you know, deal with all the trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh my, it's probably my second favorite anime of all time.
Uh-huh.
It's just perfection. Like literally it was like I was behind between jobs at the time,
Mhm.
and one of our friends who was a shonen head was like, I just want to watch guys being beat up, blah blah blah. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, you should watch
Yeah.
we should watch Fruits Basket. And he's like, ugh, fine, I got nothing else to do. And we started watching it, and like 5 episodes in, I was like, okay, this is do you like? And he's like, we can keep going. And then we watched the
Yeah.
entire series like in like three goes. Like it was
I mean,
like
it captures the human experience and all the
mhm,
stories that normally don't get highlighted so well. And
yep.
that's also kind of I feel like if you like Fruits Basket, you're really gonna like Ikokuniki. It's a lot of emotional damage, very similar to Fruits Basket,
Yep.
but it highlights a lot of the like untold stories from people in different like groups that you typically don't see in anime, from
Okay.
like men with depression, autism,
Oh.
neurodivergence, um, you have an aromantic character, a lesbian character. Like there's just I'm
Oh
like,
my
dude,
god.
the visibility.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god. Oh
Like
my
it's
god.
been I haven't felt like this moved by an anime series since the Fruits Basket remake.
Wow.
Uh
Wow. Jesus. Oh my god. So, what's a show besides those three that you could watch over and over and over again and
mhm.
not get sick of?
Probably Wotakoi. I think that's like my most rewatched series other than like Sailor Moon.
Mhm.
But Wotakoi is just a good fun time. You just get to
Yep.
watch adults being nerds and being their most like authentic self for the most
Mhm.
part. But you also get representation of like adults that want to conceal their nerdiness to not
Yep.
be perceived as like, you know, someone who's like, I don't know, like an outcast in society. So you get a little bit of everything. It's not the deepest like series. Even in terms of romance, it's not the best romance either, just because they didn't animate the whole thing,
Yeah.
which is like the typical like shoujose curse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's just like one that I can like sit back, watch, and like just relax, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. When I first watched it, I was going through like, because romance anime is my favorite genre of anime.
Mhm.
I was like, best romances on whatever platform. And Wotakoi came up and I was like, nerds, romance, let's
Yes,
go. And then season 1 ended and I was like, what do you mean there's no more?
I know. And I hate the fact that they did animate more. Like they have 3
Mhm.
different OVAs,
Yeah.
but Amazon doesn't have any of them. So I'm like, because people always come up to like they leave comments on my videos saying like, "Oh, they should have animated the whole thing." I'm like, "Well, technically they kind of did. Just they rushed through it and it's not on Amazon, which just makes it very difficult, but
Yeah. Oh my
that's our
god.
curse."
Yep, literally. Oh my and any romance like recommend to people, I'm like, it's only one season, but
Mhm.
I swear, watch it. It's so good. So speaking of, what's an anime when you recommend it to people, you have to go,
Mhm.
I swear it's good.
Um, oh my god. I don't think I've ever thought of this question. Well, I can't really say for anime, but manga for sure.
Yeah.
That would be Sweat and Soap. That's the one I always
Yeah.
have to be like, no, no, no. I know the cover for the first volume is a little, it's a
A
little
little.
out
Yep.
there,
Yep.
but once you get past volume 1, it is the sweetest, most realistic portrayal of an adult relationship with good communication. Uh, you get the family dynamic later on in the series. Like it just
Mhm.
captures all these moments that are so normal, but in a beautiful and relatable way.
100%. So the way I found you all the way back in like 2020,
Uh-huh.
2021 was I was getting back into collecting manga and I was like,
Oh, okay,
good
okay.
manga to recommend. And then, excuse me,
Uh-huh.
this happened. Um, uh,
Yes.
so what was it about Sweat and Soap that kind of hooked you?
I felt so connected to Asako.
Mm,
Um, I'm also like a woman that is very nervous and anxious and like I feel like a lot of times like people just never noticed me growing up. Like we just
mhm,
kind of blend in the background. But just watching her journey to being more comfortable with herself and understanding her wants and needs and not uh I feel like a lot of times like people like her and we put ourselves down a lot. So just watching her journey into becoming more comfortable with herself and accepting love as well was
yeah.
just something that I hadn't seen before in other like movies or TV series and stuff like that. So I just felt a very strong connection to her as a character in her story.
Yeah. Oh, and it's hold on. When I when I picked up like the last volume, I like
Yeah, yeah.
pre-ordered it and everything and I had to pick it up at the bookstore. They handed this to me. I saw the cover and I legitimately had tears in my eyes while I
Yeah.
picked up the damn book.
I felt
Oh,
like you just like you had no other option but to root for both of them. Like they were both such good people
yeah.
and like Kotaro's family story with like spoilers. But his mother is blind.
Mhm.
Uh that whole story I
Oh,
cried.
yep.
I cried so much just like learning about his backstory and how he like started picking up different scents and everything. Like it
Mhm.
was just presented in a very touching way.
Mhm. Yeah, 100%. And like I found myself loving every character,
Mhm.
which I was like,
Yeah.
a lot of series I don't have that where it's like there's one character where I'm like, this one
Uh-huh.
again, really? But yeah, it's just and it's just so sweet.
Mhm.
It's like Oh my god. And it is probably the manga that I am like, hold on, I swear it's good, because they
Yeah.
read the first chapter and they're like,
Yeah, that's one that I had to like defend a little bit for the first chapter.
yeah.
I'm like, because people came up to like my videos were like, oh, well, isn't that like harassment? I'm like, yes, but also it is
Yeah.
acknowledged and he does apologize and recognize that he was very uh he pursued Asako in not the most not not that it wasn't nice, but just in a
Mhm.
very aggressive way that she wasn't
Mhm.
obviously expecting.
Yeah.
And they have a conversation like
Mhm.
adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's so nice. It's so I'm like, this is so healthy. I'm used to,
Uh-huh.
them not talking for an entire like 4 chapters and it being like, just talk. Like,
Mhm.
like I love Kimi ni Todoke, but if you just talked, if you just talked.
I am a community look at defender.
Oh, so am I. It is one of my favorite manga ever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there
No,
is,
but yeah,
yeah,
the
that,
anime definitely prolonged the
oh,
miscommunication.
yeah, yeah. Like
Like I
when
have to
I,
remind people, I'm like, Kimi ni Toloke is not a slow burn. They literally get together within the first 9 volumes. It just feels a lot longer in the anime because, I mean, also back then there were more episodes in a single season, but it
mhm.
got stretched out.
Yeah, yeah, straight up. Because like I read the manga first. I binged the whole
Okay,
thing,
yeah.
and I was like, okay, let's check out the anime. And I was like, oh my god, mm, I love the anime. It's fantastic. But I was like, this is
It,
it.
it's brutal getting
It
through those episodes.
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I feel so, because I'm like, I know everything. I know what's gonna
Mhm.
happen. But if I didn't, I'd be so pissed right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, people were like, they always bring up the Valentine's Day chocolates. I'm like, I know. I know, but she's
yeah.
gotta give Samako a little break.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like, that was one chapter in the manga, I swear to God. Like, oh my God.
Hi, I'm Steve Yurko.
And I'm Tara Sands. Now available from Maji Media is our new podcast, 4Kids Flashback. 4Kids is the company who brought you the English dub of Pokemon in the late 90s and so many other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kirby, the infamous One Piece dub, and so many more.
We'll be talking to the people who worked at 4Kids. Actors, directors, writers, editors, producers, engineers, you get the point. And hopefully get the answers to questions both you and I have about the company.
I actually worked there as a voice actor on some of the shows.
And I was a kid watching the shows and remember way more than Tara does.
And thank God for that. Steve is actually a professional storyboard artist, which gives some really unique insights into anime and animation. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. That's the number 4 Kids Flashback.
Hey guys, welcome to the Patreon portion of today's episode. And if you want to join the Patreon, there are a few different tiers, like shoutouts on the episodes, as well as exclusive videos and behind the scenes content and so much more, and even the episode a day early. Thank you to Gio, Keith, Blythe, Bunny, Mikey, Sheba, and Brooke. And if you want to join the Patreon or find out more, the link will be down below. And yeah, back to the episode. So I want an anime of Sweat and Soap so bad.
You do?
So bad.
I personally don't want it unless they want to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I would be so mad if they just did one season and it covered, I don't know, up to them meeting the parents or something.
Oh my God.
Like if they actually found a studio that was willing to, I feel like Sweat and Soap could easily be a 2-season anime
Yeah.
with how many volumes it has. Because did you watch the live action?
No, I didn't.
They did cover everything, but they rushed so much in the last like 2-3 episodes. So it's just there was so much buildup into them getting in a relationship, and then all of a sudden it's like they move in together, and then everything was just in the last 2 episodes. I'm like,
Oh God.
no.
Oh God.
So I would want it if they actually animate the whole thing and not, give us a cliffhanger that will never get resolved.
Yeah, literally. So, besides Sweat and Soap, what's
Mhm.
a manga that's on your read list that surprised you the most?
Sand Chronicles recently, I read it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's an older 2000s shoujo series. I knew it was good, but it is a harder to find series just because it's out of print.
Yeah.
But I was so surprised with how well that series held up like 20 years later.
Mhm.
I would say it's along the same veins as like a Fruits Basket. So it's a true coming to age story. But I feel like Sand Chronicles really allowed the characters to be imperfect and then make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and even up to adulthood, they were still making mistakes and landing themselves in hot water. But you just really got to see everything from you meet the characters when they're 12 years old.
Mhm. Oh
So
wow.
kids.
Damn.
And the protagonist, she loses her mother to suicide at the age of 12. So like it just like
Jeez.
hits you in the feels
Yeah.
from the first volume. She falls in love with a country boy that helps her out and try to navigate grief, but at the same time it's like they're both kids. So there's only so much like the boyfriend can do as a kid helping another kid.
Yeah.
Like they fall in love, they have another group of friends, love triangles and there's a lot of miscommunication too.
Mhm.
But yeah, just seeing the characters be allowed to mess up, to learn from those mistakes, to also explore their sexuality, which is something that I feel like a lot of shoujo series kind of shy away from because it's such a normal part of especially growing up as a teenager. But that series presented like condoms, like here you go, like I know you're gonna fool around, so be safe about it. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
And watching Anne is the character's name.
Mhm.
Watching her navigate through her own grief and a lot of self-hatred too, to then realizing that both her good memories and her bad memories make up the person that she is as an adult. Like it was just beautiful from like beginning to end.
Mhm.
I binged those 10 volumes that I found at the library so
Oh
quickly.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was just hooked. And I do wish that that Viz would actually take the time to reissue this series
Mhm.
because I mean a lot of the themes um and the events that take place in the series are things that happen to people today. Like there's nothing outdated about grief. People deal with that. So I do wish they would like re-release it as like a 3-in-1 so more people can discover that
Mhm.
series.
Yeah.
So I would say
Yeah.
that one for sure.
Okay. Damn. So, how did you originally get into collecting and reading manga?
Lockdown.
I mean, same, but
Yeah. Like cuz I started getting back into anime during lockdown. So I
Mhm.
went back to rewatching Sailor Moon, but then I was like, "You know what? I've never read the manga
Mhm.
cuz I just did not grow up like reading it." I'm like, "Okay, let me read the actual source material and what Naoko actually wrote." And of course I like binge through that. And then I started looking for like romance manga recommendations and you just go down the rabbit hole
Yep.
of TikTok.
Yep.
And I remember like it was January 2021 and I went to Barnes and Noble to pick up uh Perfect World. I think it was Fly Me to the Moon and another series. And
Okay,
I
yeah.
just filmed like a short little like haul. Like
Mhm.
here's what I picked up today.
Yeah.
Never expected people to actually watch that video because it was so poorly made. And then from there, it's like, oh, can you talk about like romance series featuring adult characters? And I wasn't really talking about manga as like this connoisseur of it. It was just like me discovering manga at the same time as like many people online, just because we had the like all this free time all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just honestly boredom and trying to escape to different worlds, but obviously we couldn't really go out and explore, let alone like travel. So manga just really hooked me. And I just started going through and discovering different stories and creators.
Yeah. Oh my God. So what was the push to continue to do content creation?
Well, I've always done it. I've been
Okay.
making content on YouTube since 2009.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I started pursuing it when I was, I think freshman year of university, because I really didn't have a ton of friends in university. I was really quiet, really shy, and going from high school to university was just like, I experienced like, I guess like educational culture shock from going from like small class to like
Yeah.
large lecture halls and teachers not knowing your name. And it just seemed like so impersonal
Mhm.
and compared to like the smaller classrooms that I was used to in high school. And I just wanted a space to like fangirl essentially. So I went online and started fangirling about my favorite band, which is The Killers. And I
Okay.
found
Yep.
community there.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know why I'm still here, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
I think as long as it's still fun and I still
Yeah.
like the community aspect of creating, then I'll still stick around. But the moment it just becomes a drag, then
Mhm.
I'll just peace out.
Yep. Yep. When I started, I was in like grade 8, and and I was just doing sorry. I was just doing like sketches and like
Mhm.
stupid shit with my friends. And then I was like, I want to be a famous YouTuber. So I started doing just the most awful vlogs.
Yeah.
And then I went to school for radio and TV. And then lockdown hit. And then I was like, let's make a morning show. And I made a morning show like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then that was just me doing random shit because I couldn't leave the house.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, after everyone went back to outside, it was like, oh God, like 3 or 4 years after that, I was in an elevator watching a Hot Ones video, and
Okay.
they were interviewing Margot Robbie, and she was like, I'm a big wrestling fan. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I wonder if she watches anime. And it went, that's a good idea. So that entire morning, I did not do a single lick of work. I was just focusing on like, what is this the name? Is this going to work? How is this going to work? And then, right after I launched the first episode, I got laid off. And then ever since, it's been crazy. It's been
Yeah.
craziness. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's funny how things work out.
Mhm.
Because when I first posted that one Barnes and Noble haul,
Yeah.
I would have never imagined that that video would lead to like me going to Comic-Con every year since 2021, or like surpassing 100K followers on TikTok. Like the journey has been really unexpected, but I just I have to ride the wave. I
Yeah.
never know what to expect.
No, totally. So what's one thing you've learned about like yourself since starting the more like manga focused TikToks and content?
For me, although I'm such a heavy like romance anime and manga fan,
Mhm.
the past like 6 years since I started making the content, I've learned a lot more about like, I guess, my lack of romance interest.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like I recommend it for a while I was known also for recommending like the spicy manga too.
Yes.
And now I identify as aromantic and asexual for myself. And I
Okay.
always have
Yeah.
a hard time like explaining it to people. I'm like, I
Mhm.
like consuming it, but I also like closing the book,
Yeah.
putting it
Yeah.
away.
Totally.
I'm not interested in experiencing those things myself.
Mhm.
And thankfully, throughout the years, there's been like a handful of asexual stories that have really helped my journey with accepting myself.
Mhm.
Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, which is like a 3-volume Yuri series. That
Yes.
one
Yes.
was
I've heard that one's so good.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like within the first few pages, I'm like, I feel seen. Like, but I didn't know it was actually like asexuality until, much later in the series.
Mhm.
I Want to Be a Wall is another one that's also 3 volumes. And that one, the the female lead who's asexual, she's a Fujoshi as well. So she is also like
Okay.
die
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
into like BL romances and
Mhm.
everything. And watching her explain why she loves romance but doesn't want it for herself, I'm like, okay. Like things are making a lot of sense for me. So
Mhm.
it's led to a lot of self-acceptance like so much later in my adulthood, because I feel
Mhm.
like a lot of times I do have a lot of like Gen Z that like follow me, and they're under the perception that you need to have everything sorted out in your 20s. But I'm like, no, no, no. Learning about the world, about others, about yourself doesn't stop at 20s. There's still so much to discover in your 30s and even like past that. Like it doesn't stop.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my God. So, if you could go back to when you first started either doing content creation in general or
Mhm.
when the manga stuff, you started doing the manga content, um, if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Um, Probably not to take things that people say about you too seriously.
Mhm.
And I feel like this has been more of a recent issue,
Mhm.
um, where people just see, I don't know, something that they don't like about you and they run off and like label you the worst person ever.
Yeah.
And like I feel since I'm so quiet and reserved and shy, like I kind of would see things or even videos too made about me and take it too personally when I'm like, I have to remind myself they don't really know you.
Yeah.
They have an idea of who you are. They might not like that idea, but a lot of it ultimate like for me it feels like headcanons of a real
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And you can't really defend yourself
Mhm.
because then you're aggressive and you're kind of, I don't know, maybe fueling whatever like headcanon that they have of you.
Yeah.
So it's like learning to not dismiss it, but like being confident in knowing who you are is not what how other people perceive you.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
Oh
I know
no.
a lot of times, like especially for content creation, you hear that you need to have very thick skin, which you do.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people forget the fact that there's a real life person behind the screen.
Mhm.
A lot of us don't have like a team of people moderating the comment section.
Nope.
Some of us don't have therapists either. So it's
Yep.
like, dude, I see everything.
Mhm.
And they don't realize that. And when you just keep seeing like negative things about you, then your brain starts playing like tricks on you, like, oh, maybe I am that awful person.
Mhm.
But you have to like let the better thoughts kind of take over and remember who you are and not forget the person that you are behind the screen.
Mhm. 100%. I remember, oh God, this was like a year and a half ago. We were doing a year in review video,
Uh
and I had been like, listen, I don't like Oshinoko. And I just was like, it's just not for me, right? All I said was, it's not for me. And I had so many people being like, you just don't understand it. And I was like, can you just leave me alone?
Yeah.
But I was like, I still complimented it. Like, oh my God.
I feel like there's a lot of people that take criticism of media too personally. I'm not attacking you. I'm just criticizing this anime or criticizing this trope. Um, but I mean, it is what it is. I feel like people just need to remember that not everyone consumes media the same way. Some people do like, going deeper and analyzing the tropes and characters and everything, and others just want to watch it for entertainment. There's no wrong way.
Totally. And so, how has your relationship with anime and manga changed since starting to do more content like this?
I feel like I just have more appreciation for it,
Okay.
especially for the shoujo demographic, which I feel like still goes underappreciated a lot of times. Um, Last year, I took a 2-month trip to Japan, and one of my goals was to observe how people interact with shoujo. And thankfully, I did go to I ended up being at the right place at the right time because there were 3 different shoujo magazines celebrating different anniversaries. So
Oh,
each
wow.
of them had their own exhibit. So I was able to actually see, you know, people going to the exhibit, how they interact with these series. And it was actually very surprising to see how many men were at these exhibits. And not with the girlfriend, them by themselves. Like they willingly went to these exhibits because they appreciate the story, they appreciated the artwork, and they connected with these stories the same way that like women do. And like one of the other things that I found very surprising um, was how old a lot of the shoujo audience is, because a lot of people kind of see it like as a kiddie like demographic. Like, it's not that serious, not that deep. But a lot of the people at these exhibits were women 30, 40, 50 plus, like women that grew up reading like the shoujo manga in the 70s and 80s and have still really passionate, like they're really passionate about supporting the shoujo demographic.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're lifelong fans. And you don't, not that you don't see that with like shonen series, but it's like a different connection that like shoujo fans develop with this like demographic of series.
Yeah.
That was really fascinating. And although like at every single exhibit, I was the only foreigner at all of them. Like
Yeah.
I would walk in, ask for a ticket, and they were like, "Huh?" Like they would sell it to me, but like I just don't think a lot of foreigners go out of their way to check out these exhibits. Um, so they were just surprised that you had like an American coming in, and these exhibits they didn't even have like English text or anything. So it was basically just like me going around with like my translating app and translating every single blurb. And like I would notice them like paying attention to me and kind of almost like feeling appreciative uh that someone that's not obviously not Japanese had the same level of respect for these series as they did.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
No, it was a
Oh.
really cool experience, and uh, something I know my parents did not like the fact that I took like a 2-month break over there.
Yeah.
But what I was able to learn from that experience was something like as cliche as it is, like it really did change my life.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. So if someone is just starting into shoujo, what would
Mhm.
you recommend them?
I always like to ask like a follow-up question, because like shoujo is not just romance.
Oh, I know.
And I really want to like emphasize that for people because that's like the biggest misconception with shoujo. So I always like asking like, do you normally like action series, dramas, suspense, mystery? Because there's truly so much in the shoujo demographic, even horror, which a lot of people are always surprised by that. But I feel like one of the like I guess universal ones that have a little bit of everything, Sailor Moon, I think has everything. It has action, it has suspense, it has romance, it has drama. Fruits Basket too, because although I think it leans very heavily on the drama, it's just very very relatable. I mean, there's so many characters in that series. You're bound to at least connect with one.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Watakoi as well. I feel like that one's just a very easy series to get into just because of how relatable it is for adults. I think those would be like the ones I would recommend the most. I know some people I know like Nana's always in the mix.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of like show even like Kimi to Loka too. I wouldn't recommend it to every single person.
Yeah.
Like I always have to like know a little bit more before like I don't know, guiding them the right direction.
Totally. So going back to the 6 that you're watching this season, what are they besides what we already talked about?
Tamon's B-side, which I was begging, I was putting it out there in the universe for that series to get animated because I started reading it in 2024. I think 2024 when a few months after Viz started selling them. And honestly, for the longest time, it felt like it felt like that one meme of the guy talking to a brick wall. Because I would make videos about Tamon's B-side. Even like me going to Japan and buying like the singles. It would get like 400 views, 500. Like it would just they would flop. As soon as episode 1 started airing, all those old videos. It was insane.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's so good. So good. Oh my god.
I had very high hopes for it, but also I didn't want to get disappointed. But I'm so happy. Actually, it did a really good job of taking what I loved about the manga and elevating it. I mean, just being able to actually hear the music has been I mean, I listen to those songs literally almost every day.
Oh my god. And like
it's been great.
Oh, and like the OP and ED are so good.
They're so good.
Oh my god, I could watch them all day. And like the animation,
the animation's so good too.
So good.
I feel also Utage as a female lead, so refreshing to see someone that's so unapologetically nerdy and loves to fangirl and doesn't like she doesn't hide who she is at all. Like it's been really fun seeing someone that I guess would be perceived on social media as cringe finally be celebrated. I love her to pieces. She's like honestly one of the best like shoujo protagonists in like modern series. Apart from Tamon's B-side, In the Clear Moonlit Dusk surprised me. I had not picked up. I had volume 1 of the manga sitting in my bookshelf since it came out in 2022, I think.
Oh, wow.
It just got lost.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me at least give the anime a shot and see if I would connect to the story. I've been pleasantly surprised with how touching the story is. I mean, at its core, a classic high school shoujo. But instead of having like the girly girl, it's like a girl who, you know, has shorter hair and is perceived as the prince, falling for the other school's prince. So it's cute.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Mhm.
The Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife
Oh,
is another one.
I haven't watched that yet. It looks
Oh, that
so
one's
cute.
good.
Oh my
Yeah, that one I
god.
read the manga. I was a fan of it.
Mhm.
And I was surprised when I saw the anime announcement just because I didn't feel like it was a super popular series.
Yeah.
But it's cute, it's wholesome, and you see a lot of parallels between like this fantastical world and the
Mhm.
world that we live in because you get to see a lot of representation. So a gay couple, even with like racial discrimination, you just see it presented in a very whimsical way,
Yeah.
but the meaning behind it is like it's still the same.
Mhm.
So I've been really happy with the way they've adapted that series.
Mhm.
I just feel like it should be hyped up a little bit more. Maybe I'll step up my Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife content.
Oh
Let
my
me.
god.
Oh, Hanakimi too.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked it. I know,
Mhm.
like that one too. I feel like people were hyping up at the beginning, and then it kind of like quiet down a little bit.
Mhm.
But for me, it was like it reminded me of everything that I like about a shoujo. It was just
Yep.
lighthearted, it was silly, it was goofy, and like all the characters are just like likable. I'm like it's not anything crazy or too complex, but it was one that I looked forward to each week.
Yep.
It was just
Same
fun.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
it was so good. And like I put out like a list of what I'm most excited for, and one of my friends is like, "Why isn't Hanakimi in there?" I'm like, "Those were words. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
yeah, yeah.
And I looked it up and went, "Oh, this looks so good. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's going on my list." And then we started watching it, and we watched it every week. And I wish it was still on.
Did you see it
Oh,
got announced for his
yep.
season 2?
Season
Yeah.
2. Let's go. But yeah, so good. And like you give me a trope and I'm gonna fall for it. I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like the cross-dressing trope. I'm I'm there.
I'm in.
Watching Nakatsu like gay panic every week.
So
I'm
good.
in.
I'm so in.
And he just accepts it. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I think I might have a crush on on my homie."
Yeah, literally. Oh,
And the last one was the BL Isekai with the really long title. Oh my god.
yes, yeah.
The Other World's Books
Something
B
books. Yeah.
BL Isekai, that one.
Yeah. BL Isekai.
That one too, I had in my collection for years.
Okay.
And then the moment they announced the voice actors, I was like, I'm watching it. Because of my favorite voice actor, Kent Ito. He's
Mhm.
the tired, overworked salaryman. That's basically what he does best. He
Yeah.
also voices Hirotaka in Watakoi.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm
Perfect.
supporting my
Yep.
Oshi.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. We've been watching Medalist as well. And I cry every episode because those are my children, and I just want what's best for them forever and always.
I still need to
and-
watch that. I feel like I would like it.
Oh, it's literally, I was like, ice skating, sure. And then the first episode, I'm like, why am I crying? And then the second episode, why am I crying? Every episode, I'm like, that is my literal child.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then one that really surprised me this season was You and I Are Polar Opposites.
Oh, that one I've heard good things about,
yeah.
especially the dub.
Oh my god.
I've seen clips of it. The dub looks so funny.
Yeah, the dub is fantastic, and everyone's killing it, and it is just, it's so ridiculous. And like this isn't a spoiler, they posted on social media, they get together in the first episode. I am a sucker for couples that get together quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like A Sign of Affection is
Yeah.
probably my favorite romance manga ever.
Yes.
And I'm like, give it to me. I don't want the ending to be just, and they got together.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you get a kiss at the end of the season, and then that's
Yep.
it. Pick
That's
up
it.
the manga if you want more.
Yep. I was like, I just want to see happily ever after. Come on.
Mhm.
But yeah, you and I are polar opposites. Has like that and Hanakimi have been our like, oh, let's watch something nice after we watch Trigun
Yeah.
Stargaze, or we watch, Hell's Paradise. Like
Yes.
some nice palate cleanser.
Uh-huh. I had to like prepare myself for Journal with Witch, so I would
Yeah.
put like I would watch Hanakimi first
Yeah.
in the clear moonlit dusk, and then at the very end, at like before I go to bed, Journal with Witch, so I would cry.
Yeah. Oh my god. So, what advice do you have for people wanting to start content creating?
I would say go for it. I feel
Mhm.
like a lot of times people overthink content creation. They think that, I don't know, they need a fancy extra camera or equipment. Like all of us that started like the anime TikTok accounts in 2020, 2021, it was literally iPhone
Yep.
and just recording into your phone. That was it. We did not have the extra microphones. We didn't have the ring lights. Like it was just people like authenticity.
Mhm.
And like if you start overthinking about like, oh, what about my background? What about, you know, should I've noticed a lot of people too, especially now with AI, like they'll ask AI to generate synopsis or thoughts about manga.
Oh
And
I've seen that too.
yeah. And like I notice when they're doing their videos because their eyes just kind of shift. I'm like, oh, they're reading from a script. They're reading from a script. I'm like,
Yep.
if I unless I'm making like a informational video, which
Mhm.
I tend to do more for like the gaming channel when I'm going through like new stuff,
Mhm.
I don't like scripting.
Yeah.
If I mess up, I can just edit out the mistake. But I do not like scripting when it comes to like manga reviews or recommendations. Like I'll speak from the heart, sometimes a little bit rambly, but I mean that's how it is when you, I don't know, have a coffee with your friends. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to prep your conversation with someone. So
Mhm.
like I feel like the need to seek for perfection when it comes to content creating is only going to lead to burnout,
Mhm.
getting disappointed as well, because especially nowadays with how even the manga and anime space is, there's a lot more people creating this content than there was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So I always tell people it's like you need to be ready to basically talk to yourself. It
Mhm.
takes a while for people to start slowly but surely finding your content and finding community in your spaces. It's not overnight.
No.
Don't expect to make a ton of money either. I'm happy whenever I do get like sponsorships and stuff like that, but like compared to other spaces like the beauty space or I don't know, travel influencers, like this is such a niche space.
Mhm.
So there's like less opportunities and a bunch of people making the same content competing with you, but at the same time like you're part of the same community.
Mhm. Yeah. Totally. And like
Mhm.
I totally agree with you with the scripting thing. I hate it. I hate it so
I
much.
I I can spot a chat GPT generated video by now.
Same here.
Like
And like
they all follow the same like sentence structure. Like there's nothing, I don't know. I know people like get really mad when you use like filler words like and but
mhm.
at this point I'm like it just makes me more human.
Yeah. Straight
Yeah.
up. Like there's been many times where like I'm scrolling and like someone will be reviewing a comic book or a comic book character and
Mhm.
I'll just see, or like I hear things, you start to hear like it's very like you didn't write this. Like,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, I only script stuff when it's either like sponsored video or yeah, that's it. Like,
Yeah, there needs to be like a specific reason why, or a lot of times too, I'll do like bullet points as well instead of just
Yeah.
like scripting everything. That way, it'll still come out naturally, but hit the points that whatever sponsor is actually wanting me to say in the video. But yeah, this I'm just not a fan of generative AI.
Yeah, nope, same here.
And I get so frustrated now too because it's everywhere. And I get like offers almost like on a weekly basis, like, oh, this is a new anime style AI chatbot. We want you to make a video about it. I'm like, nope. I'm like, wait, do you not watch my content? Because I make so much videos, like so many of them, being so critical of generative AI. And then here you are like, hey, we think you'd be a great fit.
Literally,
I'm your worst enemy.
yeah, and like I got an email, oh god, I want to say like 3 days ago, and I always like to read them because they're so stupid. And it's like, we'd like you to review this new vocal AI. And I was like, do you know who I have on my show? Like,
yeah.
Do you read? Like,
yeah, I got an offer. It's like, oh, we know you love manga. Wouldn't you like to create your own manga with generative AI? I'm like, no. If I wanted to create it, I would like, I don't know, team up with an artist and I'll handle the story. You handle the drawing.
Yeah.
But no.
No. Oh my god. Oh.
I hate it.
Yep. Same here. Well,
I'm still waiting for the bubble to burst.
Yeah, I'm
just like, I'm sitting there just with a little like needle, just waiting for it to pop.
Yep. And like hearing like what people have to go through in college now, like,
oh
they're
yeah,
like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get ChatGPT to write my essay, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're not learning anything, right? It's just, you're just putting stuff in there. Like, why are you wasting your money? Like,
yeah. And like recently I started getting a lot of videos from like high school teachers about students not being able to read at a 2nd or 3rd grade level in high school. I'm like, okay, this is bad. Yeah, I had to make a video. I'm like, at least meet them halfway. If they have an interest in anime, get them into manga, please. Like, I need people to stop thinking of comic books, graphic novels, and manga as like not actual books when they are. Yeah.
Well, my friend who's a teacher in Montreal, she literally has like a whole library of manga, and like is not constantly, but like from time to time is like, is this one appropriate? They said that's appropriate. And I was like, no, Windbreaker is not appropriate for your child, those children.
Yeah.
But like, it's essentially like, if you don't read manga, you're the weird kid now.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, what?
It's so crazy how, like, I guess the perception of anime and manga is nowadays. Like, back in the day, that would get you bullied. Now you're just like, you're either watching it or now you're the one left out if you don't actually consume it.
Like, I had to hive my like copy of One Piece in a hockey folder. Like, that's how like,
yeah,
in the trenches we were. Like, oh my god. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. It was so much fun.
Oh yes. Where can the lovely people find you online?
TikTok, YouTube. I have 2 different channels though. I have Laura Neuzeth, just my name, for like manga anime content. If you like rhythm games, then I'm Missed Combos with Laura Neuzeth. Because I just rhythm game for fun. Don't expect perfection.
Okay.
I would say, oh no, I was going to say, Instagram, I just post pictures. I just do it for fun.
Mhm.
But Substack too for
Okay.
manga reviews. Yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah. All right. All those links will be down below. You can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else. Subscribe to the Patreon. You get episodes a day early, and all the exclusive content and behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.